Margarets Bay Rebels and your Wolves Junior Lacrosse. Wolves lead the series 2-9. We'd like to say hello to all our online fans who stream the game on Maritime Athletic Profiles. For the opening face-off, the Wolves Lacrosse Association will honor the Creators game by presenting an acknowledgement of Mi'kmaq territory and the Mi'kmaq honor song. Please, you're able, rise and take off your non-traditional headgear and direct your attention to the flags at the entrance of the arena for a presentation of the acknowledgement and the honor song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Acknowledging that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional ancestral territory of the Mi'kmaq people, is a way of showing respect for and honoring our shared history and shared treaty relationship. Our relationship based on peace and friendship. It is very important that we continue to recognize our shared history.
Sunday evening in this best-of-5 playoff series. Game 3 between the Sackville Wolves and the St. Margaret's Bay Rebels. I'm Mike Elliott back here at Maritime Athletic Profiles, and we are in for a good one tonight. Who looks to punch their ticket? St. John Rabbits sitting waiting as they took out the Halifax Hurricanes yesterday and sweeping their series. Sackville trying to do that maybe here tonight. If not, St. Margaret's looking to take the hard road, trying to run the gauntlet, trying to win 3 straight. Win tonight, they play again Wednesday. Win Wednesday, game 5 will be Thursday back here. We're going to get all settled here with Center to the referees. Getting attended to before the game even starts with a little equipment malfunction, getting his helmet fixed up over in the bench on the St. Margaret's side. Of course, game 1 of this one was here, went to overtime with a thriller with Will Normando, captain of Sackville, getting us the winner. Second game out in Spryfield, not quite as close, but not too bad, with the score being 13-9. Either way, Sackville's up 2-0. Looking to close out on the home here at the Den as we wait for the officials to finally make their way towards center. All right, here you go. Great crowd here this evening as well. Here on the home side, we look to our right and left. Not many seats left remaining, and of course on the other side, a lot of St. Margaret's fans making their way up the Hammonds Plains Road, and here we go with a loose ball. Both teams trying to find it, and it's going to be picked up deep in the own zone by the Wolves. Running it back the other way, Jackson Heaslip will hand it on to the offense. It just came off with a high passage going up, showing his hops there early. Was number 13, Jack McKay, had to go way up to make sure that ball didn't go into the netting out of play. Now from the far side, trying to find some room, trying to get open. There's a quick shot, but that one doesn't quite get through as Luke Kenny trying to rip the first one on goal. Now it's going to be picked up again. They're trying to find, there's a quick job, and that does get through. And I meant to mention earlier, he gets started, but that's number 54, Lucas Johnstone, between the pipes for St. Margaret's Bay, and 200 feet across from him, number 30, Aiden Doyle for the Wolves. And here's a chance here right away, and it's number 4, Carter Monroe. Slam dunking one home, going up and over, and giving the Wolves an early lead. Just 50 seconds here into the first period. We'll see here on the replay, brought to you by C4 Capital. Seacard with a little hop, skip, and a jump, and he's going to go up and over and just waits it out as he finds some room over top of the shoulder. And that's his 7th goal of the playoffs. We'll wait for the official goal announcement, of course, but 50 seconds here into the first period. Wolves lead 1-0. Back to a scramble draw. Both teams collapsing hard in the boards here in front of us. As everybody looking for a loose ball, but it's going to be corralled here by Max Baldwin. He tries to fend off the defenders. He's going to bring it in. He has a quick look up, thinking about making a little net drive. Now he circles back along the wall. He's going to head to the bench. And they'll start to engage the offense now from the far corner. Trying to go cross crease, right a chance in front. And trying to bring one home, and Doyle getting a piece of that. And then, as you listen to the announcer announce the goal, a loose ball picked up by the Rebels as Howey will bring it up over half, and he'll hand it off to Deacon. He tries to get free. He tries to cut to the middle. No room there as he hands it off to his captain. Tries to go back the other way. That pass a little bit too far behind Conrad. And the Wolves will find it as Aiden Doyle will pick it up in his crease. And the Wolves will do a little bounce pass up. Picked up now by Britton. We'll go back to McKay. They go back and forth, play a little game and catch. Looking for a shot. Decides to hand back off. Here's Monroe. Monroe over to McKay. McKay trying to give it back to Britton, and he hits a shot. And everybody has a quick look. Where is it? Nobody's moving. And they're going to say, as reaching behind him was Johnstone, and able to hold on to it just long enough as everybody's waiting for it to drop in behind the line. And now showing his speed, flying up the side boards, there was Cale McLennan getting the ball in the offensive. Now here comes McDonald. McDonald trying to break through as Ben McDonald thought he had a lane. He gets turned back. He makes a quick pass over, and that's going to be picked off as quickly the other way is Waite. Cameron Waite trying to get a step as he looks up and sees 4 white jerseys in front of him. He's going to hold on, wait for some more offense to come on, and it's going to be handed off now to McCrae. Cameron McCrae up top to Kenny. Kenny over to Wade. Wade trying to get through. He fires a shot. Johnson with the save. Rebound. It's going to be picked up by Wade as well as the shot clock will reset. As it moves up top. Hollett rips it over to Britton. He takes a shot. And John Stone's going to hold on to that one. We'll get a whistle. The defense holding, just trying to lower the shoulder, going right through was Zach McGinnis. And he'll hand off by his bench. As Cohen Conrad looks to set things up. He'll pass it to the far side. The Rebels having a hard time trying to find a lane. Maybe one here as he's going around to the far side. Ripping the shot was Gorman. Couldn't quite get that on goal. Shot clock came down. 2 seconds. There's a shot. That one's going to get through, and they score! Number 17, Thomas Delacan. As the shot clock was getting ready to expire, 3.5 minutes gone here in the first period. We're all tied at 1. You see as they go from in behind. Finds an opening there, and then right down. He's going to go low, right by the feet with a nice bounce. And into the back of the net. Another better angle here on the C4 Capital replay. You can see him just find the room. He can put it right by the toes of the Wolves goaltender. And this game is starting off exactly as we thought it would, going back and forth. And I'm sure the physicality is going to pick up as well, as by the time you get to game 3, the two teams really don't like each other. And the Wolves here now from the faceoff, looking to set things up, trying to find McKay in behind the D. The top of the crease couldn't quite come down with it. He picks up in the corner. He goes up here to Monroe. Monroe and McKay go back and forth. McKay now looking to use the screen. 7 seconds on the shot clock on the far side as St. Hilaire trying to get through. And he's going to step in the crease. Whistle's going to go. The Rebels will take over. Back quickly the other way. We're trying to listen to the announcer there as the Rebels bring it here into the offensive. Trying to connect with the pass at the top of the crease. That gets deflected and trying to run it back quickly the other way, but getting knocked out as Piper tried to bring it out, but a nice forecheck there on the Rebels to knock that loose, and a big collision on the far boards, and they're still going at it. Helmet gets ripped off, and they're still battling as Murphy's going to have to head hustle to the bench. But the Wolves are able to pick it up and get over half in time as Ian McDonald hands it off. Now it's going to be Cameron McRae. McRae up to Britton. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Fires one. And they got a miss on the short side. And up and out of play just as the shot clock expires. So 5 minutes gone here now in the first period. All tied at 1. Rebels back the other way. And on that far side, it's got to be Mills. Mills. Off to Maloney. Maloney now to Conrad. Conrad trying to get a step short side. He gets sent back. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Conrad still with it. He spins and fires. Gets that on goal. Doyle able to make the save. Hold on. And he'll hand it off as Normando will hand it up quickly to McKay. McKay now. He lowers his shoulder. Trying to use the screen. Thought about maybe a bounce shot. He's going to give it off to McCarron. McCarron now. He fakes the give and go. He fires a shot. That hits the body in front. And there you can see the Wolves are bouncing, trying to argue that it went off a Rebels player. Referees say no. So Rebels will take over. They're going to run it quickly over half as Andrew George. George have a quick look as he gives it off to McDonald. McDonald now. He's sitting with 9 points here in the 2 games here in the playoffs with 5 goals and 4 assists. Unable to get a shot off there as it goes to the corner. Loose ball. The battle of the 19s. And the Wolves 19, Cameron Waite, got to come up with it. And he's going to move it quickly up over half as Britton has it. Trying to find an opening. Going back here to McKay. McRae now. And Britton go back and forth. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McRae, he cuts back to the middle. He fires a shot. Misses on the short side. Rebound picked up. Britton looks towards goal, fires one, and as the horn gonna go as his shot misses, shot clock will expire as McCarron unable to get the release. 13-11 remaining here now in the first. Rebels back up over half quickly. It's a great pace to this game here in the first period. As they move around and drop, maybe a chance here. There's a shot as looking for his second. But this one's blocked in front. Doesn't go to play. Everybody on the bench was watching out. Only 6 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to have to move fast. And from long range, that almost got through. Now the horn's going to go. Now the Sackville Wolves will take over. And it's Monroe. We'll leave it here now for Hollett. Josh Hollett will set things up. He'll hand off to St. Hilaire. Hilaire trying to go quickly to McKay out front. Couldn't quite connect with the pass. Now ball loose. Kenny looks for it for the Wolves. He's going to give it to Monroe. Monroe fires one. That gets John Stone right in the old logo. He makes the save, holds on, and he'll move it up quickly. St. Hilaire up there on the forecheck. As Baldwin trying to get up over half and does. Baldwin still with it. They'll hand it off to Maloney. Maloney. He hands it to the corner. Conrad. He looks up top. Conrad trying to find it. Still loose on the floor. Both teams looking for it. It's going to be picked up by the Rebels who try to sneak a pass through. 1 second the shot clock. But unfortunately, the siren will go just as he's getting ready to pull the trigger. Wolves take over. And it's going to be McCray. McCray now to McKay. McKay went quickly there to McCarron, who didn't quite see it coming. Now loose ball. Look at the collisions over the far side as both teams looking for it, but finding it along the boards is McLennan. McLennan going to go for a little run. McLennan, he fires all the way through. He's going to miss on the far side. And then Doyle comes out, picks up the loose ball, handed off to Murphy. And Murphy will run up over half. We'll hand off to Josh Hollett. Hollett now for the Wolves. We should give a special shout out to his younger brother who just won the U17. They just had their finals before this game in an exciting game that the Sackville Wolves came up victorious. Well, he's hoping big brother's going to do the same to punch their ticket to the finals. As Monroe with the one-hander as the shot clock was winding down. Does get on target, but Johnstone turns that aside as the Rebels come back quickly the other way. So as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, St. John Rapids sitting waiting for the winner of this series. Of course, they're hosting the Founders Cup as well. So they're already in it, so the winner of this series will be in it as well. Is walking in all alone and staying with his, as McGregor Mills with a nice individual effort there. But Aiden Doyle up to the task and able to stay with him as he went cross crease. Wolves back quickly the other way. Henry Mont will hand off to McCarron. Matthew McCarron takes it to the far side. McCarron now trying to find maybe a little pick and roll. He's going to keep. He gets taken down, stays with it, tries a fire shot from his backside, but that's going to bounce and go out of play. And as we're at the halfway mark here of the first period, we're going to have our first media timeout. Going to be brought to you by the kind folks at C4 Capital, and we'll be back in a moment for the rest of the first period. Just like that, we are back. 9:59 remaining first period, all tied at 1. As we'll come quickly back the other way. Rebels with the possession. You see the shots 5-2 roughly in favor of the Wolves as the Rebels take one there. As Doyle makes a save and Normando going to bring it back himself. Normando had a quick look as he was 1-on-2, but he likes to hand it off as now Monroe for the Wolves will look to set up. He'll hand off to Hollett. Josh Hollett with a quick little stutter step as he tries to make his way down Main Street. He's going to go to the far side, maybe looking to get it back. St. Hilaire trying to get a step. 6 seconds on the shot clock. St. Hilaire, he steps in, fires, trying to find some room against that far post, but Johnstone there to hold on. Whistlehead went as the ball rolled behind him. Rebels will move it up quickly. Here at half, Matt Gorman. He has a quick look up. Gorman with it now. Gorman trying to get a step. Gorman trying to split the D. He's going to hand it to the far side to Maloney. Maloney now. He's looking for a step. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maloney trying to get side step. Maloney coming and trying to go up high. But he's going to step in the crease. Doyle made the save either way. Whistle goes. And the Wolves will take over. Quick up now to McCarron. Waits for the rest of the offense to come off the bench. And they start to swing it around the outside. Britton. He runs up top. Britton, he looked for an avenue there to take through. Didn't release the shot. There's one from the other side. Kenny rips one. Rebound comes right to Britton, who fires him one time. And somehow Johnstone made the 1 and 2 saves. Rebounds picked on the other side. And Monroe left all by himself, trying to make a move in tight. Johnstone able to stay up. But then there's going to be a turnover as Johnstone with a huge save as Monroe was left all alone. He was calling for the ball as well and tried some trickery in front of the goaltender, but Johnstone able to stay with him to keep this a 1-1 game. Now McCray over here to McKay up top to McCarron. McCarron, he fires a shot. Johnstone would save. Rebound. He didn't know where it was for a moment as it goes to the boards. Rebels look to pick it up. Takes a few shots and able to use his speed, trying to get up over half. Taking the long way to get there was Cale McLennan. And then loses the handle. It's picked up. They got a player behind. It's Monroe. Monroe waits. And this time again, as he slams into the boards hard, and he's hurt as Johnstone able to stay with him. The ball is quickly back the other way as Monroe is having a hard time to get to the bench. So it's a partial 5-on-4 here now for the Rebels. Rebels trying to take advantage as Monroe hurt himself slamming into the boards, I believe. He's on the bench now as the Rebels had the quick shot. And Doyle made the save. Rebounds picked up. Little spin as Mills trying to come through as he hits the floor. And Doyle able to put it aside. Big collision there as Etienne Chenard took his player hard into the boards, and the Wolves will take the ball. And it's going to be Hollett that's going to slow things down. He'll hand it off to McCray. McCray will bring it on the short side. Him and Britton go back and forth. Britton with the fake handoff. Still has it, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now it's up top to McCray, loose ball. Everybody's still finding it. Hollett has it. Hollett's going to reach back. He's going to fire one. He's going to go wide. Just as the shot clock was going to expire, the Rebels will take over right in front of their own bench now. 6:45 remaining here in the first. These two teams continue to go end to end. And we try not to jinx it, but we haven't had a penalty as of yet, which is a little unexpected between these two. But it's a pretty important game, so nobody wants to be the one to put their team down as the Wolves find a loose ball from that shot that went high. Back the other way now is James Parkin. Parkin will hand off to McKay. Jack McKay, a little one-on-one. He's got to lower the shoulder. He was spinning. He fires one. Johnstone with the save. Rebound. Going against the long boards is everybody's taking a couple shots, but the Wolves haven't. They made a chance in low as McCarron. He still has it. And as he tried to spin, Johnstone again coming up huge for the Rebels as he found himself one-on-one with a Wolves player and able to shut the door and hold on. Now here's McDonald, Ben McDonald, looking to find some room. McDonald, he tries to use the screen. He fires a shot that Doyle turns aside. Now Chenard looking for a loose ball along the boards. Still loose as both teams look for it. Chenard has it. He's going to have to hustle to get up over half. And everybody after him, he gets taken down. The ball comes loose. And then it's going to be a 10-second, and Chenard's still down. As Chenard is up and okay, as he took a couple of good shots here trying to get that ball up over half. Obviously, the Rebels want this game. They want to force game 4 here and not avoid the sweep. And that ball's going to go up high into the netting under play. Normando will bring it quickly over half. He's going to hand off to St. Hilaire. He'll slow things down as he takes it to the far side. 5 minutes remaining now here in the first period. Along the boards now, trying to spin, trying to use the screen. Now down low, and then right by the corner of the crease, but unable to find any room inside that post as he steps in the crease. The turnover, Rebels will bring it back the other way. as Holloway will hand it off quickly. Now Conrad. He goes to the far side with it, and it's Mills. McGregor Mills looks for some room. He tries to use the screen. Mills gonna lose the handle, gonna reach back and get it. Mills still with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Mills trying to give it back to Maloney. Maloney, as he tried to go up over the shoulder, but a little bit too high. He's gonna go out and out of play as the Wolves will take over. And it's Heaslip. We'll hand it off to McCray. McCray waits for some reinforcements as he goes back and forth with Monroe. Now Hollett. He hands it off, looking to get it back, looking to keep it. It's going to be Kenny. Kenny with a little pass. And he tried to find the open McCray backdoor. But unable to come up with the pass. Now loose ball along the boards that everybody's battling for. But the shot clock's going to expire. So Rebels will take over. And as Monroe and Rhino exchange pleasantries as they're going off. 3:52 now here, first period, all tied at 1. Rebels looking for their first lead of the evening. Sackville started early, only 50 seconds in. And the Rebels tied it up. And there's where we sit now. As McDonald as the shot clock expired. He rips a shot that goes wide. And that's going to go back over. So the Wolves will take over deep in the Rebels zone. 3:35 remaining here now in the first. As we mentioned earlier, Rebels got to win 3 straight, and it'll be tonight, Wednesday, and Thursday, if necessary, of course, as the Wolves would like to take it home this evening. And the winner has the Rapids as St. Hilaire with one hand, trying to bring it all the way to the front. Can't get a shot off, and he passed a little too high along the boards that both teams trying to find. It's still on the floor. Kenny looks to pick it up. 6 seconds on the shot clock. He fires a wide one. And Britton maybe has the time expired. He turns it, fires. That's picked off in front. And the Rebels will grab it. They'll come back the other way. Over half with it now, Gorman. He'll hand it off to Maloney. And Maloney looks to set things up. Declan tries to find some room. He's going to hand it back off to his captain. Maloney, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Here to the short side. He gets it through, and Doyle with the save. Rebound. It's going to be passed up, and there's Normando. Normando 1-on-2 as he has a quick little look. Seen him do that many times this season where he just drops his shoulder and goes, but this time he's going to hold up. Wait for the rest of the offense. And there's Hollett as he tried to spring Hollett as he almost got free cutting through. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Quick pass here along the boards. A big hit as McCray and George battle along the boards. And the Rebels got to pick it up and look to bring it up over half. And Baldwin has it. They look to slide down. That one gets picked off as the Rebels had a hard time getting out of their own zone. Now Monroe will slow things up. Carter Monroe. His younger brother's on that U17 team as well. They just won the championship. Hoping to be here maybe in a few years as well, playing with their older brothers as the Rebels bring it quickly back the other way. They pick out the pass as Tringle. Tringle with a little spin. And now he's going to hand it off, fresh off the bench. Trying to come through. There is Mills. And with a nice little fake and take, he's going to score with 1:30 remaining here in the first. Rebels got their first lead of the game. Nice little play here as Tringle set this up. That little spin right there, and then fresh off the bench, you'll see here that little fake, that little stutter, and then as he gets the D caught up, he gets Doyle moving a little bit. And again, with the C4 Capital replay, you'll get a vision from Doyle's version. So it's 1.5 remaining here in the first. Rebels with their first lead of the game, looking for more now as they win the faceoff. They love to have a 2-goal spread heading to the second. That shot's going to go wide. Rebounds picked up off the boards, though. Loose in the corner, but Andrew George trying to set things up. He goes up top with it. Holloway will hand it back to Mills, who just scored moments ago, and I think he got a second. Just like that. It didn't look like much was coming from him, but a shot on net, and good things happen with 1:04 to go. As they look to set it up right here, Mills receives it, and then he just throws it on net. And it finds some room and gets through. See if we get a better angle here of Doyle's view as he squares up. Shot from outside. Traffic in front. Might have lost sight of it just enough. But with a minute to go now here in the first, Rebels looking for more as they win another face-off. Goes the back round, but going to be picked off and quickly back the other way. Ian McDonald. McDonald trying to get a step as the two McDonalds battle, and everybody hits the floor as Ben McDonald was back. And he went hard against Ian McDonald, and Ian McDonald took the worst of that one as he got taken to the floor. 30 seconds to go now. Rebels back the other way, looking to increase their lead as they go all the way around. Trying to go a little across crease, can't get the pass through. Wolves will pick it up, and Murphy will go quickly. Here's Monroe. 15 seconds as shot clock will be turned off. And the Wolves here love to get one of these back to cut to one goal. And it's Monroe who loses his footing and gets a hand down in the crease. And the whistle's gonna go. 7 seconds left now. So looking to move the ball up quickly. And they had a quick look up at the clock. I think they're just gonna hold, and the horn's gonna go. So Rebels with a flurry of action there towards the end of the period, scoring 2 to make their 3-1 the score going in to the first intermission. We'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back for the second period. their music. We are back. Second period action just getting ready to get on their way. Rebels coming in after 20 minutes, leading 3-1 with 2 goals from Mills and the other one from number 17, Thomas Dellighan. The only goal in that first period for the Wolves, it came early in that first period. Number 4, Carter Monroe. Rebels tied up and then scored too late in the first. We'll see here now, we'll switch ends as the officials bring it up here to center. Looks like they're ready to go. As on a battle here now between Baldwin and Murphy. And the Rebels got to come up with it in a quick partial 2-on-1. Trying to get a quick little pass out front, pass just a little bit too far behind George. And now Normando will bring it quickly the other way. He'll hand off to the corner to McCarron. Matthew McCarron now waits for the rest of the offense to join the party. Here's Monroe. Over to McKay. Jack McKay trying to get to the front. He's trying to get to the top of the key. He's going to hand off to McCarron. McCarron trying to go back to Monroe, who's trying to cut into the crease. Couldn't quite come up with it. Now from in behind, trying to dunk one up and over, but going to step in the crease just before the shot clock was going to expire. Rebels will take over. And it's going to be Ben McDonald. He'll look to set up from the far side. McDonald looking for some room. He tries to fire a shot that goes up high. And going to come all the way back over. And the whistle will go. Back over will be the call. We're about a minute now here into the second, as the Wolves will take over down deep in the corner. Here's Josh Hollett. He'll hand off to Waite. Waite now to the far side. McKay reaches up for it. I'm watching the battle in behind the goal between Boran and Britton. And the goal's waved off. Referee was adamant on that one, so we didn't even get a chance to say anything as he was pointing right to the crease. The Wolves thought they had one, but play will continue. The Rebels quickly back the other way as Gorman trying to spin off. He's going to hand off here to Maloney. Maloney for way up top. He fires one with the screen going up through that Doyle's able to get a piece of. Now loose ball here in the corner as battles hard. As all these loose ball battles are getting more and more intense. Now it's finally picked up by Piper. Piper, he has a quick look. And he'll hand off to Monroe now. Monroe looking to use the screen up high. Monroe's still with it. Now here to Kenny. Luke Kenny trying to get a step. He gets hammered! As stepping in and lowering the boom is Cale McLennan. Ball comes loose. And the Rebels are going to pick it up. Have to go back and look at that hit. McLennan definitely lowering the boom, and the Rebels see if they can feed off that. They're back in the offensive zone looking to increase their lead. Now from the far side as McDonald receives the pass. McDonald comes through. He tries to get Doyle going from side to side, but Doyle able to stand tall, stay with it, and able to hold on. And now running quickly the other way is Heaslip. Heaslip to McKay now. Jack McKay quickly to McCarron. McCarron looking for some room. McCarron cuts back one way. McCarron with 10 seconds comes back out. He'll try again. He brings it up top. He fires one. Johnstone gets all turned around and diving back, trying to keep it out to no avail. As the Wolves will get one back. We're going to look here again on the C4 Capital replay. As you see, McCarron thought he had a chance here in the short side. Comes back up top with it and gets a shot. Johnstone gets all spun around. You can see his defender trying to dive in to keep that out. And the better angle, of course, here from in behind the goal. And we'll watch this one. Thinks he has it, spins around, and then just right there, he can't quite keep it out as it ducks inside the post. And just like that, with almost 3 minutes gone here in the second, it's 3-2. And the Wolves able to control the face-off. They're going to look for the equalizer. And Kenny, he turns it fire. That's well high, but the rebound to the other side. That one gets through. John Stone's able to make the save, but the rebound's gobbled up by the Wolves, and they'll reset. Trying to find some room here again. This time it's Waite. He tries to run and gun. That can't get through. And it's going to come all the way down the other end And the whistle goes back over, will be the call, as the Rebels will take over in the corner now. As we listen to the goal announcement. That's McCarron's goal. There's a chance here coming in there with a little give and go, but there's Doyle with a big save. As McLennan trying to do it on both sides of the floor there with an offensive opportunity. Wolves back the other way. Schnard will hand it off to McKay. Jack McKay will take it to the far side. McKay has a quick look. McKay trying to go back to Monroe with a little underhand pass. Couldn't quite come up with it. Now Britton will find it from the far side. That shot goes off a body. Hullett got to pick it up in the corner. Josh Hull trying to bring it up top. 5 seconds of the shot clock. Hullett spins and fires. That's on target. And they're going to get his own rebound. As off John Stone off the boards and back to Josh Hullett, who will hand off to McKay. McKay to Monroe. Monroe trying to spin on the far side, trying to find his way to the goal. Can't quite get through. Now he gets it to Hullett, who fires a shot. John Stone gets that in the shoulder and then gobbles up the rebound and hands off quickly here to Mills. McGregor Mills looking to turn the Jets on, maybe himself trying to get a step far side. Then he takes a bump there in behind the goal line. Mills still with it though, as he goes all the way around, brings it back up top. Mills now over to Maloney. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Maloney trying to fire one through traffic. That misses. Now there's a shot right as the shot clock was going to expire. Doyle was able to make the save and hold on to it. Rolls down into the equipment there somewhere. He's trying to find it. Digging out of the chest gear in the sleeves somewhere. Now he'll hand it off to Norman Doe. He'll run it quickly up over half. And it's McCarron. McCarron and Kenny. Kenny trying to use the screen. Kenny fakes, holds, keeps. That shot's going to go wide. Monroe looking for the rebound on the boards. As him and McLaren will battle. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wolves have to make something happen from the far side. Monroe, he's going to turn and fire. That's going to miss just wide. And a little more pushing and shoving after the whistle. But the Rebels will take over. As John Stone has it followed his equipment. Picked up now by McLennan. He hands off quickly to Mills. 5:40 gone here in the second period. McGregor Mills will hand it off to Gorman. Gorman down low here to McDonald. McDonald trying to bring it up top. McDonald still with it. McDonald trying to fire one and does it, scores. McDonald with his first of the evening, giving the Rebels back their 2-goal lead as he takes it from down the corner, brings it all the way up. We'll see here again the C4 Capital replay. McDonald holds and then brings it, just drags Doyle along with them. And again, they like to go low by the feet of the goaltenders. 14-11 to go here in the second. 4-2, Rebels now lead. Battle here between Murphy and Baldwin at center. That this time the Wolves come up with, and it's Norman Doe. Norman Doe trying to get a step. He just has a quick look up. As he looked like he was going to try to cut the corner. He's going to pass it back up top, and McCarron will set things up. McCarron back to Norman Doe. The Wolves captain trying to use the screen, brings it up top. Going to try to do similar to what McDonald did on the other end, but John Stone there to make the save. Rebound is picked up by the Rebels. And Norman Doe takes the stick right out of the defender. Now everybody joined the dog pile here in front of the Wolves bench, but they still have it, and maybe a chance here trying to get behind, but good defense there from Etienne Chenard to take that away and force it to the corner. What battles here away from the ball and on the ball. As a big battle in front of the Wolves bench, and then a one-on-one that number 12, Etienne Chenard, able to come up with. Now the Wolves back the other way. Monroe will hand it off to McCrae. McCarron trying to get a step. McCarron coming through. McCarron takes a bump and fires shots high. Rebound as a around the world shot there from Monroe. Does make contact with John Stone, so new shot clock is as Monroe trying to go hard in there on Tringle. Tringle able to shake that off, bring it up over half. Now the offense back on for the Rebels, looking for more, trying to fire a shot there. Was Cohen Conrad, that kind of missing. Unable to hold the line here at center. So back over will be the call. Wolves will take over now in that far corner. Up top with it now. Wait. Has a quick look. Wait. Trying to find an opening. He tried to go there to the back door. Couldn't quite come up with the pass. Loose ball carrying up and stepping up on as Rhino. As McKay had to be careful. And then a shot in tight from Britton. That Johnstone makes a save. And then a quick up here into Mills. Mills one-on-one with Mont. And then Waite who also gets back. Mills still with it though. Mills has a quick look up with a sea of blue in front of him. He's going to hand it off. Now we're trying for a quick pass with the streaking McDonald. Ball still loose. Now it's picked up by Maloney at half. And now we're trying to find the ball. It's coming off the boards with it. McDonald. He fires the shot, and reaching back was Doyle. You see how fast he had to spin as that ball got behind him, but he was able to spin back with the stick. Now we're going to get, I believe, a crease violation by the Wolves, so Rebels will take over here again. 11:35 remaining here in the second. 4-2 Rebels lead. There's a chance here. Quick pass and scores! Has found himself all alone as Matt Gorman, his first of the evening, with a nice little pass and then a better move in tight after Doyle was able to keep one out moments before that, unable to keep this one. As the Rebels get their largest lead of the evening of 3. And there he is right there. Finds himself alone. A little defensive breakdown and making no mistake on the doorstep. You get Doyle's view here on the C4 Capital replay. As we get ready to bring it back to center. There it is there in slow-mo and home. As they'll bring it to center. Normando trying to find it. He fires the ball in over half. A couple of bodies collide. Normando somehow is able to pick it up as a little bit of a scramble in front of the Wolves bench. Now they'll look to reset. Only 10 seconds on the shot clock, so Hollett's going to have to move quickly as Josh Hollett's going to try to get a shot on. He takes it from the short side. He fires one. He's going to miss that just wide, and that's going to come all the way back as the shot clock expires. Back over was the call as well, so Rebels will take over here deep in the corner. As McLennan makes a quick pass. He fell down and got back up. Now Maloney from behind the net goes up top to McDonald with it. McDonald quickly here to Mills. Mills trying to take on Chenard. Chenard with the pick. Now Chenard looking to run and gun. Chenard quickly looking back the other way. As he looks up and saw 2 white jerseys, he's going to like to hand that off. Ran out of gas. Trying to cut in on the break. Now it's going to be Luke Kenny. Luke Kenny trying to look for a shot. He goes up to Britton. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's trying to get a step as they take it to the far side. Now from the corner. 5 seconds. Trying to get it quickly to Kenny, who was cutting down through the middle. Ball still loose. But unfortunately for the Wolves, the shot clock will expire. And the Rebels will take over as we get closer here now to the halfway mark here in the second period. Rebels bring it back quickly up over half from the far corner. Dickland trying to find an opening. 13 seconds on their shot clock. Way up top with it. Maloney. He looks for a bouncer. That one's going to miss wide. Rebounds picked up by the Wolves. They're trying to move it out quickly as Mont tries to get in behind the D. Mont looking to reach for it, trying to play it on the bounce. He's got to pick it up from in behind. Going for a quick pass here to Hollett, who just came off the bench. Hollett will slow it up. And he'll thought about handing it to McCarron. Now he's going to keep 10 seconds on the shot clock, though. Hollett here to McCarron. McCarron tries to go down low. Johnstone with the save. Didn't know where it was for the moment, but his defender able to come back, pick it up, and they're going to run it quickly up over half. As Roman McNeil will hand it off. He'll head to the bench as McDonald will try to set things up. At the hustle back of that low pass to O'Leary. He's able to find now. He'll give it back to McDonald. McDonald from the far corner. McDonald scored one like this earlier, trying again. This time Doyle there with the save. Ball still loose. Doyle still trying to find it. And on the third, fourth bounce, he does pick it up and then looks to send one and heads up there. It's almost the old suicide pass And then the sent down to the corner. As Heaslip knew as the clock was run down, so I'm trying to say of him trying to get the ball over half, so the Rebels will bring it back the other way. Trying to make a move from the far side. Gorman, he comes through. He tries to get Doyle going from side to side. Doyle able to make the save, but the Rebels have the rebound. And it's back up top to Gorman. Over to Maloney. Maloney and Gorman go back and forth. Gorman trying to find a step. 15 seconds on the shot clock. There's a quick one from inside. From George, it goes just wide. George able to pick it up again off the boards. This time he gets a shot that gets all the way through. Saves made by Doyle, but ball loose again. Now it's picked up, and looking to bring it quickly up over half is Parkin. Parkin looking to hold as he waits for some help. He's going to leave it now for Kenny. It's getting quiet here. You can hear the bench yell instructions as the Wolves find themselves down here by 3. We get into the later stages of the second period. So waiting for our media timeout as we need a whistle. The Wolves will like that whistle to be on a goal as that shot from Kenny gets turned aside from John Stone. Now McCarron. Quickly over to McCray. Back to McCarron. McCarron has a look. McCarron trying to use the screen in front. He fires one. That's going to go wide. And that's going to come back up over half. And then the whistle's going to go. Finally, with 6:57 remaining here in the second, we'll have our media timeout. This one's going to be brought to you by Next Level U Sports. And we'll be back for the conclusion of the second period. And we are back. 5-2 our score. 6:57 remaining second period. Rebels lead. See the shot on goal. 17-14 in favor of the Wolves. But right now, it's the Rebels who lead by 3. There's a shot that goes wide. Loose ball along the boards. Look to get picked up. And maybe a chance here as he slipped trying to get alone. He slipped with a partial break. He's in. And John Stone stands tall. Able to make that save down low and kick that out. Rebound picked up quickly by McDonald. And he gets it back over half. McDonald will head to the bench as he's going to hand off to Gorman. Gorman trying to go here to Mills, who was trying to cut in. He's got to pick it up off the boards. Mills still with it. Mills, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Mills still with it as that shot's going to ring the iron, but it will reset the shot clock as the rebound's picked up by the Rebels, and it's Maloney. Maloney up top. He's going to grab it from Mills. Mills now. Trying to go back to Maloney. Maloney trying to come in. He couldn't quite come up with it. Ball still loose as it bounces around now. Normando. He has a quick look up. Normando might lower the shoulder down. He will stutter step. He comes in. He fires one to Johnstone again with another save. 5:48 remaining here as the Rebels will bring it back up over half. From that far side, St. Margaret's looking to set up. There's a shot from well outside, trying to go down low. The Doyle turns aside, but the rebound is going to come to the corner. As a battle ensues again. It's been, I believe that's Murphy and Conrad. That's Logan Conrad battling hard, but the Rebels are going to pick it up as Maloney, as he's going down. He's trying to dive from behind the crease. He gets sent to the floor, but the Rebels still have it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. And another player, as Holloway, gets sent to the floor. This time the Wolves pick it up. They go quick pass up to Wait. It would have been in maybe all alone. But the pass a little bit too high. He's going to come in on Johnstone. He's going to look to try to send it up here to half. As Tringle will hand it off. Now from the corner. Trying to use the screen. Gorman will give it to Mills. Mills now from the short side. He tries to use the screen in front. He tried to, looked like it was either a shot or a pass. Either way, he went up high, but the rebound was picked up now. A sharp angle shot from the far side that does make contact. That Doyle is able to make the save, and he'll smother the rebound. He looks up. He goes for a quick pass, and the one-hand catch here from Waite. That'll bring it up over half. And as they're looking behind the play, you see the referee with his arm up for our first penalty of the game. With only 4 minutes to go here in the second, goalie going to head to the bench. Extra attacker on now here for the Wolves. If they like to maybe get one here on the delayed penalties. Monroe trying to give it to St. Hilaire by the side of the goal. 3 seconds on the shot clock from the corner. The horn will go, but the whistle will go as well, as we're going to see our first penalty as they're all wrapped up there in front with the two number 4s. But I think it's going to be number 14. Andrew George heading to the box, slashing. Looks like it's the call. So power play opportunity here for the Wolves. They like to get this back to a 2-goal spread with 3:56 remaining in the second. And Hollett, he'll bring the ball in from center. He'll anchor the power play unit. They'll start to swing it around the outside. They look to set up Hollett. And some quick ball movement there as Hollett to McKay to McCarron, but that shot's going to miss and go up off the boards, up into the netting, out of play. Rebels will take over. And they'll bring it back over half now, looking to kill as much time as possible on the penalty. Now from the wall. As McDonald has a quick look. Ben McDonald looking to push off the defense. He'll give it to the corner. 3 seconds of the shot clock. Trying to fire one at the horn. Going to miss the target. But the shot clock will expire, but the Wolves will take over. As Chenard will bring it up here in the offensive zone. He'll hand off to McCarron. 1:10 remaining in the power play. 3 minutes remaining in the second. McCarron and Hollett will look to swing things around them. Now Monroe. Monroe back to Hollett, who scores! Nice little over-the-shoulder pass from Monroe, and Hollett makes no mistake. Power play goal. It's 5-3. We'll see here, of course, on our C4 Capital replay, as Hollett will receive that back with a quick little over-the-shoulder pass from Monroe, then a quicker shot from Hollett that gets by Johnstone. As he catches Johnstone outside, standing still there a little bit, didn't know where the shot was coming from. Either way, power play marker for the Wolves. 2:44 remaining here now in the second. But the Rebels looking to get that back as they win the draw. And then find himself all by himself in front, looking for a loose ball. Where is it? But the referee singles no, as Andrew George was all by himself in front of Doyle, but Doyle able to come up with a huge stop right after his team scored a power play goal. We listen to the goal announcement. Wolves looking for another one, trying to maybe cut this lead in half before the break. Here's Kenny. Kenny trying to find an opening. He tried to go back to McCarron, a little bit too far for him. Now McCarron trying to find him behind. He does. 7 seconds on the shot clock. McCarron trying to bring it up front. McCarron trying to dunk one home, and he's going to step in the crease, and the whistle's going to go. 2 minutes remaining now. Rebels looking to bring it back quickly the other way. Quick pass up here now to Gorman. Gorman on that far side. Gorman trying to get a step. Gorman going to take himself, and he's going to step in the crease, and Doyle is able to keep it out as well. Turnover, Wolves ball, 1:50 remaining here in the second. As Chenard will run it quickly up over here, over half. He'll hand off to St. Hilaire. As Finn St. Hilaire looks to set up. Now Hollett, who scored moments ago on the power play. We'll give it to McKay. McKay comes in. He tries to catch Johnstone off the post. Johnstone able to make the save. Rebounds picked up, and trying to run it quickly the other way is Holloway. Holloway, as he's going to stop up along the far boards. He'll hand it off. Actually, to his teammate. He didn't know it was coming to him, but luckily George was there in behind to grab the loose ball. And you can hear the bench make the call from down here. We're going to get a too many player call as the offense jumped on a little quicker than the defenseman could get off. So number 4, Max Wadden, is going to go serve the penalty. So Wolves scored moments ago on the power play, looking to do it again here with 1:14 to go in the second. The whistle go, wait for the official announcement from the penalty box area. Either way, Wolves back on the power play. And they start to swing around the outside. Under a minute to go here now in the second. Wolves will engage, and there's Hall again trying to score his second power play marker. That one's going to go just wide. Now a chance in tight. This time McCarron is able to get on target, but Johnstone there with the save, but the rebound's gobbled up by the Wolves. So it was a legal substitution was the call against the Rebels. But that one's going to be deflected off the Rebels up into the netting and out of play. New shot clock, 1:22 remaining in the power play, 35 seconds left here in the period. About a 5-second differential with the shot clock and game clock as the Wolves back on top. There's Holly, he fires one right on Johnstone. He'll make the save. And then timeout called quickly. You can hear the bench screaming from up here with 22 seconds to go here in the second. Rebels going to call a timeout as they got possession of that ball from after the shot. See if they elect for a last shot opportunity maybe here, or they just want to hold out and kill some more time off on the penalty. See the shots on going out 20-15 in favor of the Wolves. Will find themselves down by 2, but the way these two teams have battled all through these playoffs and all through the regular series, no lead is safe as we found. So still lots of time left in this one. As the goaltenders will make their way back to their creases, Rebels will move it quickly from their own end. The Wolves have 2 forecheckers. Gonna try to collapse quickly on McDonald. McDonald trying to use his length and speed as Normando and Mont both up there, and McDonald gonna run it all the way himself. McDonald still with it with the one hand up and over. 10 seconds now, Mills. Mills a little stutter, a little spin, coming back the other way. He can't seem to get wide. Still trying to get through. He's in the sea of blue as he holds on, and the time's gonna expire. And that'll do it for us after 2. So Wolves will have a 46-second power play when we come back to start the third, but they find themselves down by 2, 5-3. And we'll be back for the third here in a moment.
Morning, Sam.
Hey, Mom.
Are you done?
Yeah, I just finished practice.
Your showcase has been cancelled.
They canceled it? But how will they see me play?
Saw your video and loved it. Welcome to the team.
Athletes train to persevere. Success can still be achieved even when the odds are against you. I use media to reach success. Fight for your dreams. You've got this.
And just like that, we are back. Third period action, just get ready to get on their way. 5-3 our score. Rebels lead by 2. Wolves will start the third on the power play for 46 seconds as Max Wadden will finish off the illegal substitution call. And the Wolves gonna win the face-off and look to score quickly here on the power play. Already scored on the first power play they had, actually the only other power play they've had so far in this game. And love to do it here quickly to start the third period, as this team has had a few comebacks against the Rebels this season. So do they have another one in here tonight as they start to engage the offense, and the shot from the far side that misses. McKay picks up, will try to get as St. Hilaire turns and fires and scores! Just as the shot clock was getting ready to expire, number 11, Finn St. Hilaire, 35 seconds here into the third on the power play, gets the Wolves within 1. See him wait, and then go up over the top, and then come back down low to get it behind Johnstone. Exactly what the Wolves needed, another power play marker. Like we said earlier, this game's far from over, as these teams like to go back and forth. This time, though, the Rebels going to get a draw, and trying to get that one right back was Andrew George. But Doyle able to get a toe on that one. It's going to go up out of play, so Rebels will retain possession. And they'll start to move things around. They want to get that goal right back. And it's Mills. He's got a couple, and he does. For the trick, McGregor Mills, number 6, right after the Wolves score. St. Margaret's comes right back down the other way and gets one back. And it's number 6. You see here on the C4 Capital replay. He gets that pass from Gorman and does the rest as he goes down low. So here we go, 2 goals in the first 57 seconds of the third period. Rebels back with a 2-goal spread. This face-off on the floor, he picked up by Waite of the Wolves. Cameron Waite trying to run the ball up as Gorman up on the forecheck. He'll hand it off. Here's McCray now. McCray back up top. Waite gets it. McCray tries to go down low, but able to get down with the leg. Wes Johnstone makes a save. Rebounds picked up by the Rebels, and they're quickly up over half. Referee's arms up in behind. So the delayed penalty coming here to the Wolves. So goaltender for the Rebels has gone to the bench. Now McDonald, he fires a shot, rebound. It's going to be gobbled up by Doyle. And he's going to hold on. If you're going to see the call here, it looks like it's going to be an interference call. As they look back at the Wolves bench, and I think it's going to go against number 16, Cameron McCray. He makes his way from the bench to the penalty box. So now the Rebels with their first power play of the evening, as we're not even 2 minutes into the third period. Chance to get them back to their 3-goal lead. And Ben McDonald will start things as he brings it in. They swing it around the outside. Now McDonald up top. Goes over to Maloney. Maloney fires one. That goes off the leg, comes to the corner. Rebels still with it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Maloney again, back to McDonald. McDonald, this time he's got to shoot. Doyle stays with it, makes the save. Rebounds picked up, and the Wolves have it. And Heaslip looks to run it quickly up over half. Heaslip will keep. Now a handoff to Monroe. A minute 20 remaining here in the power play. 15 seconds on the shot clock here for the Wolves. Monroe looking to kill as much time as he can. And from way outside, he's got to hammer one to the corner. As the shot clock expires, Rebels will pick it up. They'll bring it the other way. A minute to go now here on the power play. As Ben McDonald will bring it up over half. He'll slow things up as they look to set up. Nell swinging around the outside, back up top. Now on the short side, Gorman trying to cut through is Maloney and scores! Nice little pass from the corner. Power play marker for the Rebels. 7-4 now as they're back up by 3. Nice setup from St. Margaret's on this power play goal. As you see Maloney from the far side, he's going to cut in, and a nice quick pass as he's able to cut through the middle of the box and get one by Doyle. Again, with the C4 Capital replay, you'll see here from Doyle's perspective, cutting through the middle and able to get one by him there. So just over 4 minutes gone, or I should say, sorry, just over 3 minutes gone, 3:10 to be exact, here in the third period. Rebels back up by 3. And they get the draw, so they're looking for more. Obviously, their life's on the line. They want to play more lacrosse this week. Wolves trying to go for the sweep, but they got themselves in a hole now. And there's a chance for Mills, as he's got a few this evening. This time, that one's turned aside from Doyle. They try to bounce her. Now from the corner, George trying to come up with it as he reaches up high and able to keep it away from the defenders. And he has in the short side. Back quickly the other way. Pass got to go a little bit too far. Trying to chase that down, but unable to go fast enough as Mills. So back over will be the call, as Waite will pick it over up in front of the Rebels bench. Waite quickly here to McKay. McKay looking to go one-on-one. McKay trying to spin inside. That one's going to miss in tight. Go up off the boards, out of play. Rebels will take over. Excuse me. They bring it up over half. Maloney scored moments ago on the power play for the Rebels. We'll hand off to McDonald. McDonald here, short side, looking to get a step. He goes back up top. Maloney back to Mills. Mills with a bounce pass to Conrad. Conrad trying to get through. Conrad reaches down, takes the hit to make the play, but Doyle there to make the save. And Heaslip will pick up the rebound. And a quick toss up to Monroe. Monroe having a look at it on the short side. Monroe brings it back up top. Monroe looked like he was going to release it, but he holds on. Now from the far side, Waite. Sorry, that's Kenny. Kenny to McCarron. McCarron tries a spin job from the far side. He gets taken down as John Stone makes the save. Wolves with the rebound though. As Monroe. Monroe still with it. Monroe trying to find an opening or a pass. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Trying to connect there with McCarron. That's almost picked off. Still loose on the floor. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Quick pass. A long shot from Kenny. Because away from the ball, though, the referee's arms up. If they're going to be a penalty to St. Margaret's. Cross-checking will be the call. As number 29, Zach McGinnis, is heading to the box. Sackville 2 for 2 on the power play here this evening. Need to pretty well make it 3 for 3 as they find themselves down by 3 with 5:23 gone here in the third period. There's still lots of time left in this one, but time's starting to work against the Rebels. But as we know, goals can come fast and furious in this game. As the Wolves start to swing it around the outside. Monroe and McKay go back and forth. Now Hollett up top. Monroe and Hollett. They go back and forth. Now Monroe going to turn and fire. That one gets on the toe of Johnstone, makes the save. Rebound comes along the boards. As McKay is able to find it. He gets a shot in there to McCarron. He fires it off the iron. And this rebound's going to be picked up by Holloway. Holloway gets all tied up from Hollett, but able to make the pass over to George. George trying to lower the shoulder. George comes in. He tries for a short-handed goal. But he's going to miss far wide, and it's going to go off the bottom yellow dasher of the board and up into the ceiling out of play. So 1:07 remaining here in the power play. Wolves will bring it back in the offensive zone as McCarron goes back and forth with Hollett. McCarron gets it back. He goes over to McKay. McKay tries to go up over the shoulder. Johnstone with a save. Rebound comes back to McKay. McKay up top to Hollett. Hollett got to reach back for it. Hollett going to have to hustle as they try to make sure that doesn't get up over half. 22 seconds on the shot clock. 38 seconds remaining in the power play. Now Monroe trying for a quick pass. And St. Hilaire didn't know it was coming to him. Now McCarron looking for it. Rebels trying to find it, and they do. As picking up and bringing it up over half here is Owen Rhino. Rhino, he takes a hit along the boards as he makes the pass. Only 15 seconds left in the penalty. As Mills has a quick look back at the clock, as he's going to hold it along the boards. 10 seconds in their shot clock. Quick pass over here to Gorman. Gorman trying to pick it up. Gorman trying to find his way to the front. As the penalty's over, he takes a sharp angle shot. That's going to go wide. Shot clock will expire as the Wolves will pick it up over half. And Murphy will hand off to Kenny. 12:28 remaining here in the third. 7-4 Rebels lead. If they want to force a game 4 here, that would be Wednesday night at Greenfoot Energy Center. Quick pass over. Here's Hollett. Hollett trying to slide one over there. That's another one that's going to go off the iron and come all the way down into the Wolves zone. Doyle will pick it up, hand it off to Kenny. Kenny will bring it up over half. Wolves from the corner. McCray. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Monroe. Monroe, he turns it, fires. That goes off at George. And it's back over. Only 4 seconds on the shot clock. Kenny's going to have to fire one towards the goal, and as he does, shot clock will expire. 11:35 remaining here now in the third, and the Rebels will take over. And it's going to be Declan with a quick pass over. I think that funny bounce off the boards as he misses his intended target, Maloney. But able to find it on this short side is O'Leary. O'Leary with a quick pass as Conrad trying to pick it up. He's able to get the pass up top. Here's a quick shot from Maloney. That does make contact with Doyle as he makes a save. Chenard picks up the loose ball, and he's going to try to get it back up over half as he moves it quickly to McKay, who just came off the bench. McKay trying to get a step. McKay trying to get a chance, and he gets a shot on goal. Johnstone didn't realize it rolled down his leg. He wants to come over and lay a pick as he puts a shoulder in on McKay, who was coming back towards the bench. The Rebels bring it back up over half. Quick pass now to McDonald. McDonald cuts back to the middle. He'll bring it back short side. He tries to go down low and scores! Number 9, Ben McDonald, second of the evening. Rebels with their largest lead of the night now, 8-4. As we'll see here on the replay, he brings it back here short side, and he just goes down low. And I'm not sure where he found the room. We'll see here with a better angle in the C4 Capital replay. There couldn't be much room there. It just squeezes as Doyle unable to hold on to the post enough. So with 10:32 remaining here in the third, Rebels now up by 4 as they look to force a game 4. And they pick one up here against the boards. And it's Gorman for the Rebels. As Gorman looks to reset as he brings it back up top. He'll go over to Mills. Mills over to George. George cuts it. He fires a shot. And that's going to go wide as he tried to go side to side. This ball is going to be all the way back in the Rebel zone. As both teams trying to find it. Murphy in there for the Wolves, and he slipped. Comes in to pick up a loose ball. He's the ball by himself there, though. as he's trying to find somebody to pass to as he waits for some reinforcements. And finally off the bench, here comes Britton. He's over to Monroe. Monroe cuts back to the middle. Monroe looks to release that shot. Monroe looks to spin around. Monroe still with it with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Monroe trying to send a pass over. That's going to be picked off and back quickly the other way. Here comes Rhino. Rhino trying to get a step. Normando off the bench. Rhino with the shot. And that's going to go just wide and off the boards and picked up by Piper. Piper will hand it off to McKay. As we approach 9 minutes remaining here in the third, we'll have our media timeout as well on the next whistle. Of course, the Wolves were hoping that might be on a goal on that far side with it now. And there's a quick pass. We go for a front and a quick shot, and it's McCarron with a quick one-time. McCarron's second of the evening. That'll bring us to the media timeout and cut it down to a 3-goal lead. We'll watch the replay. I just see here kind of a broken play as the ball finds its way to the front. And some quick ball, but a kind of an errant pass that doesn't get all of it. But McCarron makes no mistake as we're going to get ready to head to the media timeout brought to you by PNL.ca Electrical and Communications. And we'll be back in a moment for the conclusion of this one. Just like that, we are back. 8:50 remaining here, third period. Wolves find themselves down by 3 now after that goal just before the break from McCarron. But the Rebels looking to get that back. If they get the draw, and they get quickly into the offensive zone. They look to set up. As clock management starts to become important here now as we get into the later stages of the third period. Rebels now only 6 seconds on the shot clock. There's a shot from way outside. That's going to go just wide. But Gorman, maybe as the shot clock expires, scores! So anytime the Wolves seem to try to creep back in, the Rebels take it right away. As that first shot went well wide, but you'll see here in the C4 Capital replay, there's the shot. It comes way up high. Gorman reaches up and gets it. And with 2 seconds on the shot clock, spins and fires. And able to get one by Doyle to regain that 4-goal lead, 9-5. Wolves still leading on the shots on goal, 24-21. But right now, Rebels want to bring this to their home floor Wednesday evening, force a game 4, and then again, we'll be back here Thursday night if there could be a game 5 as the Rebels win that draw right after they score a goal, fire shot in. But kind of miss from in tight off the bottom of the boards, up into the ceiling, out of play. As Mont will pick it up for the Wolves and trying to move it quickly. What a one-hand stab there from McCarron. That might have been a turnover. And McCarron now trying a little trickery with a little fake handoff as he looks to get taken to the board, tries to use the screen. McCarron trying to go back to Kenny. Kenny takes a hit, but the Rebels player took the worst of that one. But Kenny unable to get the shot on goal. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Up top, and loose ball as McCarron got to turn and fire, and that's going to go wide. Shot clock will expire. Rebels take over, 7:40 remaining now here in the third period. Rebels again, looking for more now. Quick pass. Down low, Gorman, who scored moments ago. Looking for another one, 7 seconds of the shot clock. Gorman trying to pull it back out front. He passed to the far side. There's a shot, and taking a big hit as he took it with Logan Conrad. But it goes just wide, so another shot clock violation as we approach 7 minutes remaining here now in the third. As the Wolves will pick it up down deep. They'll go up top with it. Start to move it around the outside. Here's Kenny. Kenny looking for a step. Kenny finds the room. He fires one through. That's going to go wide. Rebound's picking up by Britton. No. He goes up top to McKay, who hands it back off to Kenny. Kenny trying to find some room. Sees McKay on the side of the goal. McKay trying to go quick to say Hilaire for the one time that John Stone reads perfectly. Able to turn aside, but rebound's picked up by the Wolves. Now it's McCray to McKay. McKay up top. He looks for a screen. He fires one. John Stone turns another one aside. This time rebound's picked up by Andrew George, who brings it up over half. 6:25 remaining now here in the third. Rebels slowing things down a little bit now on their trips down the offensive zone. Again, clock management, huge part of this game. As McDonald from way up top as the shot clock expires. And Doyle with a quick look behind him, but able to pick it up as he made the save. Didn't know where it was for the moment, but was able to keep it out. And the Wolves with a chance here as they bring it back the other way, under 6 to go. Hullett. Gonna hand off to McCarron. McCarron trying to bowl his way through. McCarron's still with it. He walks all the way in, and John Stone turns it aside. Rebounds picked up by Tringle. Tringle trying to get by the forecheck of McKay, and does as he brings it all into the offensive zone. He'll hand it off to some claps of appreciation from his bench. It's Gorman now. Over to Mills. Mills trying to spin him, trying to cut back in. He'll cut back out. And he looked to hand off to Conrad. Conrad up top with it. As the Wolves now stepping up for the defenses. Normando looking to take his player to the boards, and the shot clock will expire. Normando will pick it up, and he'll look to bring it back up over half. He runs it up the floor with a quick handoff. Now Britton to Monroe. Monroe has a look. There's a pass. Now McCray, he tries to go through. Nice save as the referee's arms up. It's going to be a delayed penalty. There's a shot, and it scores! As Hayden Britton, number 9, for the Wolves on the delayed penalty. Maybe give themselves a chance here with 4:51 to go in the third. You'll see here on the replay as Monroe hands it off. There's a chance in tight, but it gets his own rebound with McCray, and he's going to hand off to the open Britton, who turns and fires and uses, I believe, Gorman as a screen. So 9-6 as we're just under 5 to go here now in the third period. Sackville Sportwheels Wolves are no strangers to comebacks to the Rebels' expense. Do they have another one in here this evening? Of course, game 1 of this one went to overtime. There's a chance and there's a shot. McKay came really close. Johnson with a nice save. I don't know if he saw it more that it hit him, so great positioning by the goalie there as it went off his toe, and the Rebels will bring it back the other way. 4:20 now. Third period remaining, 13 seconds on the Rebel shot clock. Little over-the-shoulder pass goes to the corner for Gorman. Gorman trying to come out of the corner with it. Gorman with it. Gorman turns and fires. Doyle able to hold on to that one and squeeze it. And now quickly, here comes the Wolves up over half. And it's Waite. Waite will hand off to McCray. McCray now to Britton, who scored moments ago, looking for another one. And that one's on target, but this time Johnstone able to turn aside. Rebels picked up. And along the boards, it's everybody trying to join the party. But now the ball's loose and picked up by Borin, who gets up over half. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rebels have a far corner. Quick pass in front, able to break it alone. And a chance there from Logan Conrad. Unable to put one home. Now Murphy trying to get a step. Murphy back the other way. Murphy shoots. And that one's going to try to go down low. But it's going to go off the floor up into the netting, out of play. 3:12 remaining as opportunities end to end here between these two. But now the Rebels quickly. And it's Maloney. Thought about cutting in. He smartly pulls it back and a hand off to Mills. 3 minutes remaining here now. Mills trying to go one way. Mills trying to go back the other way. That goes just wide. Rebound down to the corner. Both teams looking for it. The shot clock is winding down. It's going to be picked up by Heaslip, and he'll move it quickly. Now Parkin. Little pass here down below us to Monroe. Monroe. And the Wolves will have to move quick. They got to get 3 in under 3 if they even want to tie this game. And it's got to be Kenny. Kenny over to McCarron. McCarron comes in. Johnson with a save. Rebound. Scores! McCarron for the hat trick. 2:23 remaining in the third. Like we said, don't go anywhere, folks. 9-7 now. 2:23. You'll see again in the C4 Capital replay as McCarron bowls his way through. First save made by Johnson, but the rebound comes right back to him. And McCarron's not going to make any mistake on that second attempt. As we'll bring this back to center, you'll see Johnstone's view of that last goal. What a game, folks. What a series we knew it would be. Still far from over as this face-off draw is going to go along the boards. Heaslip's going to come up with it for the Wolves and look to move it quickly. And there's a one-hand stab as that was going right into the bench. But picked off there by Heaslip. And he's going to give it to McCarron. You hear the crowd in this too. Nobody's left their seats. Well, we always like to say best place to be is here in person. We do our best to bring you the live stream, but of course the best is to be here to watch the action live. Now there's Huller with a shot. Saves made. Shot clock resets. And they'll look to set back up again. Goaltender has been now pulled. Extra attacker on the floor. 1:37 remaining in the third. Monroe cross crease at the one time. That's going to go off the top of the post as Waite tried to bring it down. Rebounds picked up again. Now St. Hilaire will give it off to Hollett. Hollett quickly to McKay. Hollett with traffic in front. I got to go off a leg. And they're going to say argument there from the Wolves, and they're actually, you don't see that too often that a team wins the argument. As it went off a body in front, they're going to say it did go off a Rebels player. So Wolves will retain possession. And a chance for in behind. Monroe looking to come up front with a quick pass. Here's Hollett. Really gets it back to Monroe. He's got to try to pick it up off the boards. He has to reach it up. Last minute of play, third period. Monroe trying to find his way to the front of the goal, and that gets knocked loose. At the nice defensive play by McLennan. Empty net. George looks to run along the boards. Hollett tries to step up. George still with it with the empty net. Doyle trying to get back to the goal, and he's not back in time. As number 14, Andrew George, as Doyle tries to slide back. As the Rebels going to be in double digits now. 10-7 with 41.6 to go. As you can see, great shot there of George without the helmet. He worked hard to get down the other end. As he went through the gauntlet along the boards, Hollett stepped in. And as he stays with it, you'll see Doyle trying to come in the picture at the last second and unable to get back in time as Doyle dives back. And there it is, number 14, Andrew George. Probably with the dagger. And there's a face-off that is illegally taken, so the Rebels will have the ball. They'll look to kill some time. They got 20 seconds on the shot clock. Pretty well an 8-second differential with the shot clock and game clock. They'll look to move it around. McDonald trying to get around Chenard now. Chenard trying to get around a pick. McDonald with it and in behind the play. Murphy got taken down. And some words back there as Zach McGinnis and Murphy exchanging some words. And I believe McGinnis is going to be heading to the box with 16.2 to go. Another late power play here for the Wolves. I think a little too late. As we're going to head to the Greenfoot Energy Center Wednesday night, Game 4. This series not over. As St. Mary's looked to do it the hard way, try to win 3 straight after the Wolves went up 2 games themselves. Here's a quick chance from McCarron. That save's made. Extra attacker is put out again. So empty net now here, and making no mistake in putting the nail in the coffin at the horn is Cale McLennan. Final score, 11-7. Rebels force a game 4. Well, folks, we said at the beginning of this series it wasn't going to be easy. Won't be surprised if we're going to see you back here for game 5, but we'll have game 4 Wednesday night, Greenfoot Arena. Mike Elliott, Maritime Athletic Profiles. I want to thank everybody again for watching. We'll see you next game.